Morning, everybody. Chad, Doss Outdoors. Oh no. Are you kidding? That's why you don't buy plastic. Well, don't judge me. That came free with a sprinkler I bought. Clearly we need a brass one. Let's go set this hay out. Then we'll drive over and turn the water off at the spigot. Nobody else is here. I'd holler at somebody to do it. Oscar can't. Something about not having thumbs, I don't know. Go turn that water off. Go turn that water off. I get it. Okay, all right. Man, that thing lasted 1 day. One. That's what you get. That's all right. If you're new here, welcome and howdy. If you're old here, welcome and howdy. If you don't like the tractor noise, I don't know what to tell you. This is a farm. This is my lovely wife and I's 40 acres in northeast Oklahoma. We got 3 dogs, 3 boys, 4 donkeys, a pig, and some cattle. I don't normally film today, but it's Labor Day, so I figured why not. I'm also, fingers crossed, I don't believe in luck, but something's got to make this baby come out of this cow. So maybe Labor Day is the day. She's been over here strutting around a little bit, and the cows are kind of following her around. And from the calves that we've seen born on our farm, that is kind of indicative of it getting close. It's also about 70 degrees, 9:45 to 10. And that is not normal. It's usually pretty stinking hot right now. So I'm thinking maybe something. She's even got her tail. Hang on. Yeah, something's going on, man. Look at that back. Woo-wee. Glory. Glory. You gotta give it up, young lady. Give me another Maximus. Give me another MJ Jr. I'd love for nothing more than a real pretty cow to come out of there. Miss Bonnie, stay there. Beans, stay put, brother. Any other cow, and I would not be able to leave this gate open. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Hello. Any other animal, and I couldn't do this. Hi. Hi, young lady. Hi. What's she doing? How's that cud? Huh? How's that cud? Should we let the rest of them in here? Huh? Should we let the rest of them in here? Yeah. How's your little boy doing? Let's let the rest of them in. Hang on. All right. In an orderly fashion, let's get up here. Come on. Woo! Woo! One of my favorite views right here. Get ready. These trails were intentional. This one was already half cut, so I came through and made it wide open. But they wind. It's pretty cool. Look at that. Amen. So I've got a friend who's a doctor, and which I don't know why it matters that he's a doctor, but he does keep my blood pressure regulated and in check. I'm not on meds, I just go see him and make sure I'm on the right path. But anyway, he gave me some really good advice when we bought this place. And what it was, you know, normally you think of a trail, or at least I do, in like the straightest line is the fastest path, if you will. But let me show you something. Woo! That's good hay right there, lady. Goodness. All right. Now we can enjoy the ambiance. That's one thing we've noticed too. So Glory here is not normally pushy, but these last couple days, she's been kind of pushy. Miss Tipsy first up to the plate. Where's Maximus? Hey, the people want a show. Hey, brother. You're up, stud. MJ. What's up, buddy? Oh, Tipsy gonna get it. So that is a 6-foot bale on its end. So that'll give you a pretty good idea how tall Tipsy is. Like a 5 by 6. Nom. Fiona, what you doing, young lady? What you doing? Sometimes the calves will get a little squirrely with a bale. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Maximus. Someone's feeling it. Come on, princess. You know you want to. Get in there and tear it. Oh, goodness. Listen, you scratch on that tree, you're liable to push that tree down. Yep. For sure, man. Take it easy there, brother. Easy, brother. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tree coming down. Seriously, dude, you're rocking that whole tree, man. Man, his horns were like right here when he got here just a few months ago. What's up, buddy? I don't have any snacks. I'm sorry. I don't have any snacks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all are making me kind of nervous. This is why sometimes I don't want a cab tractor, which might seem contrary to some people, but don't tear off my third function, man. Fiona, come on, Maximus is letting us down. Get in there and tear it up. Get it. Get it. Dude, your girls are showing you up, man. You just that confident? Are you just that confident? Well, see, now you're stuck. Now what are you going to do? Now what are you going to do? It's got to be the most gentle bull, man. I mean, I'm not saying I'd ride him, but... Ms. Bell, how you doing? Oh, dude. That was kind of scary. Don't do that. Listen, you need your tractor operator's license before you do that, okay? Dude, how'd he do that, man? He killed a horsefly on his back. That takes talent. Get it, princess. Represent. Beans? Beans. You okay back here, buddy? Honey. You guys are silly. Go eat hay. Huh? You're not stuck. We know better. We know better. I need a little WD-40 on this seat, you know what I'm saying? Phineas, come on, man. Come on, man. I know you're a steer, but show us you got it in you. Atta boy. Nelly, you want to show us some tricks? Atta girl. Get it. Uh-oh, look out. Somebody coming around the horn. She ran into somebody. She didn't want to push him. I think it's Fiona. She's standing over there. Fiona's like 8 years old, so she can be kind of bossy. Tips here. Sharing is caring, Glory. Sharing is caring. It's time to share. Hey, I don't have any. I don't have any snacks. I'm sorry. Dude, that cow, man. It is time. It is time, Glory. Glory is no small cow either. Oh, excuse you. Well, somebody's in heat. Where'd he go? Someone's in heat over there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have walked away from this hay. He's doing his job, that's for sure. If you have a bull that eats and don't make babies, that's the wrong bull. Put him on a wall or the floor. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Everybody clear? I've got some chores to do. She's clearly not ready right now. So let's go do some chores and we'll come back and check a little bit later. I almost forgot I was talking about these trails, but I think about it every time I'm out here, and I want to remember to tell you guys. So whether you buy an acre or 2 acres or 10 or 100 or 1,000. This friend of mine told me after all the land he's bought, let's crank this down a little bit. After all the land he's bought, this is what he does. So if you look right here, that's a road right through those trees. And I know those trees right there, this one and this one, are 12 feet apart because that was my fence guy's requirement for a lane. But I didn't care about driving these fence lines because I can always make paths and trails. So I wanted them as narrow as I could, because if you were, say, 20 feet wide right here, anybody driving through, the trees are also staggered. If you can't tell, this tree right here is probably 20 feet in front of, see that car right there? Perfect timing. Nobody can just look into your property, which it's not that there's anything private, but like we do get people, and that's not because I'm on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. We do get people driving through like honking at the cows. You know, if one, I mean, we get a lot of trash, a lot of roadside trash, man. People just chucking stuff into our pasture, which is why we put field fence on the roadside, so that it would mitigate some of that, because they got to give it a pretty good chuck to do it. But man, it's annoying. So it is what it is. But this is 8 acres here, 5 acres there. We measured the other day, if you saw our most recent video. And this new pasture is 20 acres. So we're gonna have a pasture that's back in the back, and I doubt our cows will come up here very much at all. I actually won't focus on seeding and making this a pasture, very little. So I'm kind of getting off on a tangent here, but imagine driving by and you've got a car and you've got a 20-foot wide lane for your fencing, okay? That car is going to be able to see the post right there, that mess, that's almost the middle of the property exactly. So that car is going to be able to see halfway into your property. So like I said, whether you got 100 acres or 1,000, just think about that. So on the back now, the lane's even more narrow, but then as you get into the woods, because we're up against somebody with like 250 acres, I don't even know how many she's got, it's a ton. But on the back, I wasn't as worried about it because she's like half a mile into the woods away from our fence. So that's where we have the big fire break that's almost like 40 feet wide, you know, but nobody can see all the way in there. So as for my trails, and this is the point I'm trying to make right here, and my mom and dad did this too, and they've only got 5 acres, but this is, think of this like the center of the property almost. When you come through here where my tractor's sitting, you go right up there, that bale just tucked into the woods right there. But this trail is like 20 feet wide, but it winds all the way to the top of 8 acres. There's a whole 8-acre pasture. It's 20 feet wide, but this trail winds all the way. So nowhere on that road except for the fence can you stand and just look into the property, if that makes sense. I love it. I love it. I love it. That was a great tip that I would have never thought of. And again, this Doss Outdoors channel, I love this channel, man. I love Doss Farms. It put us on the map. It is why we are who we are. It's why you guys know who we are. But I love, like, it's funny, man. When you have, here's something. When you have like less than 20,000 followers, you don't know junk, man. You don't know nothing. And I'm not saying you don't know nothing. It's, you don't know anything, but you know you don't know anything. And you've got people that watch you, like, man, DK Bridges. I don't even know these people's names. Susan Marsh. I mean, I guess that's her name, but like your name tags, I know your tags more than I know your name. Rob Sladen, right? These people have been watching, gosh, Fred, Mike Sweeney, which I thought that was a second baseman for the Royals for a little while. I don't know, maybe it is, man. But hook me up with some tickets. When you're a smaller channel, there are so many people watching you. Here's the best way to express it. And I saw this in the comments last night on our Doss Outdoors video. I'm going to put it right here because I'm going to paraphrase it. But many, many, many of you are older than my parents. I'm 40 years old. My mom and dad are 65. Many of you are 75, 80 years old, living vicariously through us. You may still have your land but you've accomplished so much. Your land is, not that it's done, it's always a project, but you've got a rhythm now and you know what's most efficient. But what's so cool, you guys have got so much experience, but you enjoy watching us have those experiences. There's a big difference between telling a channel or another human what they should do on their farm, their land that they paid for, and educating them. And you guys do an amazing job, and I really appreciate it. Can't thank you enough. So yeah, that's my Labor Day thoughts and appreciations for you guys. Ray and I both feel the same way. I've told her several times I'm gonna go film something because I want to show you guys and get advice. And my goodness, man, you guys have saved us money. You've saved us labor, you've saved us work. I get asked a lot how I decide what to pay someone to do and what to do myself. And really it's, if I pay someone and it's faster, that's when I do it. So like building fences, these two pastures right here, much faster to pay someone. We had to get the animals off of our old farm. It was for sale. We had to get them out here. We wanted them out here. So we paid somebody to come in and do it in like 10 days, man. 13 acres, done. Well, actually 13 plus 3 plus the backyard. So 18 acres in less than 10 days. So that's land clearing, that's everything. You know, because I look at it like, you know, our forefathers, our grandfathers, my great-grandfather, they looked at clearing land as in like generational. Like they wouldn't come out here and start chopping down trees. They would just turn animals out on it. And, you know, their grandkids would get to enjoy it someday. That's how they looked at it. It's probably what my neighbor did. He's been here since the 50s. And now his boy, who's 4 years younger than me, works it. But his grandparents bought it. What I mean by that is, how do you pick and choose? Really, it's budget, it's time. You know, how fast can you do it versus how fast can someone else do it? Do you have the equipment to do it safely? Because that's a big one. Think about this. If my great-grandfather, because my dad's dad had a farm, so that would have been my dad's grandpa, my great-grandpa. If he would have had something called Craigslist or Facebook and been able to get on there and find somebody with a track loader that weighed 40,000 pounds that could clear roughly 2,200 feet of fence and 3 acres in 4 days, he'd have paid him. You know what I mean? That's how it goes. That's like, you know, the work smarter, not harder. That's a generational thing. Like, it, you know, people act like you don't do nothing because you hire somebody or pay somebody to do your fence. I've worked hard in my life. I've worked really hard in my life. That's how I got here. The physical labor of it and the speed at which you can do things now with modern tools and machinery and things like that. I mean, heck, man, if we're just going to go there, I fought buying a tractor for a long time because I was like, I'll just push in bales down a hill. No big deal. Dude, that hurts so bad. That's silly, man. That's real silly. So, budget also kept me from buying a tractor at that time. No, man, I just want you guys to know how much we appreciate you and following along no matter what we do. It means the world to us. And here we are, man. Here we are. Goodness. There's some real concerned longhorns back here right now. That's for sure. Woo! Don't worry, today's not the day. We are going to get her set up. Yep. Tipsy? I have a question. Maximus seems a little bit smitten this morning. Any idea what that's about? What's up, brother? What's up, buddy? What's up? You love your girlfriends? You love your girlfriend? I know. I know. You're such a good boy. You're such a good boy. Yeah, I know. I know. All right, this is going to take some planning. That was Bell. That was rare. Huh. This is going to take some planning. So let me shut the tractor off so we can chat. This chute is not designed for longhorns, but I've used it on longhorns. And honestly, if your cows are pretty tame and they're very aware of where their horns are, and if you've been on this channel very long, we had one named, either channel, we had one named CJ that had no clue he had horns on the side of his head. He thought he was some kind of Angus, baldy, Charolais, polled animal. And he hit his horns on everything. And they were the shortest ones out here. Like, give it 6 months, I'll have calves with longer horns than CJ. Don't know what it is. Some cows are just that way. Glory, the one we're on, oh, she's right in front of me. The one we're on baby watch for, 12 years old, very diligent, extremely aware of where her horns are. It's incredible. Like, I've watched her walk through spaces I have to turn sideways to go through. And she just does it with ease. It's pretty cool. So, like, for example, this ArrowQuip chute now, this is the behemoth. This is the beast. This is like as good as it gets. It doesn't have hydraulics, so it gets a little better. But let's be honest, a guy with longhorns doesn't need hydraulics because there ain't going to be no herky-jerky snapping, grabbing those animals as they bust through, okay? They can't bust through. You got plenty of time from when they start at the back to get to the front. You can actually have yourself a glass of tea between them. I wouldn't know because I don't drink leaves. Yeah, this is the ArrowLock 88, man. This is leaps and bounds above the one that I had. And the one that they had sent me had been in service for, like, I mean, it was brand new for me, but like that model had been out since like the late 80s. They just updated. That's how long it's been working. That's how long they've had to perfect everything on that one and make this one perfect. And I'm super excited and honored. It's longer, it's wider. You can open up the, like, so for longhorns, typically you need a side loading gate and they kind of walk into it and then you sandwich them, which is what I do when I have to work these animals. I typically take my longhorn panels. I typically take my ArrowQuip panels, and you've got to have horizontal bars, and I'll walk them in and then I'll just sandwich them. And then you can tie their horns off and they can't move. If I've got a real rowdy one, I don't do that anyway. Okay. I mean, like, if I've got an animal that jumps fences, constantly looking to knock me down, you know, if I'll put this, if Frank had horns, okay, our steer over there, if he had horns, he wouldn't be here. It's too dangerous. Okay. I know he's cuddly, looks like a teddy bear because he's got that Highland fur, but dude's ornery, real ornery. Okay. It just cracks me up. Yeah, one of my goals is to have some kind of working pin right here. I'm not really sure how or what or whatever that looks like. I don't know. I've got more of these panels and they belong over here. This is the best place to do it. We can run power off the side of the garage much easier. I can run water back here. Because you need a catch pin. You need some way to catch them. I mean, we're going to have to add on some things, I think. I'm not sure. Because the problem is, these aren't just Angus cows and heifers and steers and all that. They got horns. So, like, you can't really trap them in an alley like you traditionally would, just a bunch of Angus, and let them stand bow to stern and just hang out for hours. They've got to have room to move. They'll get anxious. They'll start turning their heads and just ripping each other right through the groin area. Just real uncomfortable. I don't want to stress my animals out. I never have to work them like all in a day. That's never, it's not going to be like that. Would I love to be able to run them through a chute or at least an alley? Yeah, absolutely. But what I'll do is take these 8-foot panels and put a bow gate on one end. If you don't know what a bow gate is, this is ArrowQuip's design right here. And I think my side-by-side will go through that. I need to check it. But I'll take these 8-foot panels and these 8-foot bow gates and make them longer with the 10-footers and make us a true alley back here and put the chute on one side or an opening to the other, if that makes sense. But it's going to take, it's going to take some finagling here. I think it looks all right. Afternoon, everybody. It's been a few hours. Like I said, I've been doing some busy work. I haven't done anything with those panels since talking to you guys last. But Ray, my lovely wife, has been wanting this thing down here since we moved in. This is a 68 International grain auger, grainovator, whatever you want to call it. We don't use it for that, because you've got to have a lid. That needs a lot of work. The PTO, the gearbox, I mean, it needs oil, grease. It's not near as efficient compared to modern stuff. This was a marketplace find, and we like it. So our plan is to actually, hang on, let me get her. Our plan is to actually put some of those, I think which I haven't told her we don't have power yet, so I'm not sure how she's gonna do it. She wants to put like one of those inflatable Santas in it for Christmas, or like an inflatable turkey or a tree, and like have it pop out at night. And I'm just like, okay, that sounds decorative. Sounds like we need more totes. That's what that sounds like. Every good husband knows one thing, right? I am not in charge. I may look like I'm the one calling the shots. I may look like I'm the one putting this here, but it's not put here till someone else, till Ray says it's put here. Anyway, I'm okay with that though. I think it's pretty cute. When we get it set up or we get something functioning, I'll back up, stand at the road and take a picture and you get a better shot of it. All right, we'll run over and talk to Ray and see if she wants to take a look at it, see if she likes it here. Hang on a minute. Is that how long until it's done?
Yes.
That's a long time.
Oh, it is. It'll be about dinner time.
True. You can take a break and tell me where you want this thing.
Sure.
I pulled the side-by-side up, the air's running.
Oh, cool.
Let me grab my sunglasses. You don't want one of the 4 pair in the side-by-side? How'd you manage that?
I nursed it.
It's probably because of that sweet husband of yours got you one of them drip trays to protect his deck. Cool.
No, I have been babying that though and nursing the heck out of it, trying to get it to come back to life, and I did it. It did it.
Hey, and
I'm so excited.
Some folks were saying that the salt water didn't kill the plants, so it was maybe a combination of both. But there's people that live on salt water, and they've never had an issue, like softened water, I should say.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of clay underneath our flower bed, so we don't have well draining soil.
correct. And we put down,
I did learn that after the fact too.
we put down real like commercial grade weed barrier.
Yeah, so we don't have, yes, and we don't have well draining soil, and I was watering every single night and overwatering because I think my plants are hot. They don't need that much water, but I think they do.
Yeah. You don't have to water those, babe.
Exactly.
So you stopped that, right?
Makes my life easy.
Okay. But those did good. What's them? Coleosis?
Coleus, yeah, look at this. Did you show them this?
Coleus is good.
This is the one we crushed.
Yeah, we crushed that one. Actually, I mean, we didn't do it on purpose, but we had that decoration, that windmill. Ignore whatever that one is. What's that one? We killed it.
Yeah, she did. She
But
gone.
this right here,
She gone.
those are mine from feeding the cows.
Oh,
Sorry.
I know. It's alright.
But yeah, look at this.
I didn't even know it did this.
It's really pretty.
It's kind of cool.
So we got those. Whatever that purple grass is, man, that stuff, I think it could grow in the middle of the pavement. That stuff straight rips.
I want more coleus.
Well, because it's easy.
Yeah. And purple grasses.
No, the
But
green grass, all of a sudden,
no
out
more
of
flowers.
nowhere, probably because you quit watering it, the green grass is taken off. Like, that's
Actually,
good.
it
That's
did.
the first time it's stood up and
It did stand
since
back
we've owned
up.
it.
It did.
Well, we're learning. It's okay.
It's all right.
This back here is going to take some management because we got a downspout. We got to get that water away from the house.
Yeah, I can figure out what to do here.
So whatever you put in here needs to love water, like this dragon's breath,
And not that one.
and not that one. In our defense, some of these we bought on major sale at Lowe's.
Well,
So, like, they were-
a little late, too.
They were barely making it when we got them. So when you say, what you said you wanted it right there, or you want it forward or backward?
Forward.
Your directions are like, we're headed out of town and you're the co-pilot in charge of navigation. Like when you say you want it right there, does that mean right there by that right there, or that right there, or that right there by that rock right there? Or you want it 10 feet forward? Do you want it closer to us in a straight line, the width of the thing? I was thinking cover up the nasty pile behind it. And then once we put something in it, we could move it. It's not hard to move. I think it's hard to figure out where you would want it, like, right this moment. I think it looks fantastic right where it's at. Don't you?
Oh, it looks great.
Do you want to get out and look at it? I don't know if my tractor will move that rock. Well, it'll move that rock, but it ain't gonna pick that rock up. I think it looks fantastic right there.
Okay.
But we can stick a Santa in it, or Buddy the Elf, or a Highland with a Santa hat, and we can just see how big it is. And then we can move it forward or back. Because one thing I realized, the top of it is an addition because they used to put a tarp on it. So see the wood?
Yeah.
That's added on. The metal is the original. They made it taller for more grain. So we may need to, like, I don't know. We could always take that off. I was also trying to keep it back far enough that nobody tried to, touch or steal Santa. But I'm thinking I'm just gonna hang a sign on it. Don't touch my Santa. Put it right there for now. Everyone can tell that's not where you want it.
It's not, but that's okay.
Well, let's put it there for now until we figure out how we're even gonna get power down here. And then we'll go from there. Deal?
Yep.
Okay. Like, legit order a Santa. I don't care if you put Santa in it now. You can stay there all year long. But let's put Santa in it, see how big he is, and then we'll do it. I kind of want one of them things that just goes and just snaps all over the place.
I almost bought one.
It's official. That's not where it's staying. But that's where it's going to stay for right now, just till we get whatever. I also don't want anybody trying to take it. But it's a different type of hitch. You'd have to come in the property to get it. Like, no one's gonna steal it. I meant the Santa, not the whatever, but we'll figure it out. Put Charlie Brown or Snoopy or something in there for Halloween popping out. So, some really nice tires I put on that grain cart for Santa Claus. That's it. We're gonna go in and relax. Hope you all had a wonderful day. Thanks for joining us. But that's it. You want to say anything?
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. See y'all.